It's time to man up. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Life isn't waiting for you to be ready, and the world doesn't owe you understanding or sympathy. The truth is, no one's coming to save you. Facing the truth is one of the hardest things you'll ever do, but it's also the most freeing. Most people spend their lives running from reality, pretending, avoiding, and covering up the things they don't want to admit. They hide behind excuses, distractions, or the illusion that everything is fine. But deep down, they know the truth. They know when they've been lazy. They know when they've wasted time. They know when they've betrayed their own potential. Yet, instead of facing it, they bury it under lies and comfort. But comfort is the enemy of growth, and denial is the prison that keeps potential locked away. You can't move forward if you're still running from what's behind you. Facing the truth means looking at yourself without filters, without excuses, and without self-pity. It means accepting that you are where you are because of the choices you've made, not luck, not fate, not circumstance. It's easy to blame others, to say life isn't fair, or to point fingers at situations you can't control. But that blame doesn't build you, it only blinds you. The moment you stop blaming and start owning, that's the moment you take your power back. Because the truth, no matter how uncomfortable, gives you clarity. And clarity gives you direction. Without it, you're lost, stuck in cycles you can't escape, because you refuse to see what's really holding you there. Reality doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't bend for your comfort. It simply is. You can lie to the world, but you can't lie to yourself forever. Sooner or later, the truth catches up. And when it does, it demands a response. The question is, will you face it now when you can still change? Or will you wait until it breaks you? The truth hurts, but it heals too. It humbles you, but it also empowers you. The more honest you are with yourself, the stronger you become. Because only when you admit where you're weak can you start building real strength. Only when you admit where you failed can you start winning again. When you face the truth, you stop living in illusion. You stop telling yourself that you'll start tomorrow, that you deserve a break, or that someone else has it easier. You see your habits for what they are, patterns that either build you or destroy you. You see your relationships for what they are, those that lift you or those that drain you. You see your life for what it is, a reflection of your choices. That realization is painful, but it's also powerful, because it reminds you that if your choices built this version of your life, then new choices can build a better one. You don't have to stay stuck. You just have to stop lying to yourself. Most people never face the truth because it demands change. And change is uncomfortable. It means giving up old habits, old excuses, old versions of yourself. But that's the price of growth. The truth strips away the illusions that keep you weak. It forces you to confront your fears, your failures, your wasted time. But on the other side of that confrontation is freedom. The freedom to live with purpose, clarity, and strength. The truth will hurt you, but it will also shape you into someone unbreakable. You can't heal what you refuse to acknowledge, and you can't grow from what you pretend doesn't exist. So stop running, stop hiding, stand still, look the truth in the eye and let it change you. That's where real transformation begins. Responsibility is one of the greatest powers a person can hold, yet so many treat it like a weight they have to carry rather than a tool they can use to rise. Most people run from responsibility because it feels heavy. It demands effort, sacrifice, and accountability. It forces you to stop blaming others and start looking inward. But what they fail to realize is that every ounce of responsibility they avoid is an ounce of power they give away. The moment you decide to take full ownership of your actions, your choices, and your outcomes, you stop being a victim and start being in control of your life. Responsibility isn't a punishment. It's the privilege of having control over your destiny. Every excuse you make steals a piece of your strength. When you say things like, "It's not my fault," "I can't help it," or "it just happened," what you're really saying is that you've given up your ability to change it. But when you say, "It's on me," everything shifts. You move from powerless to powerful, from reactive to proactive. You begin to understand that no matter what life throws at you, your response determines your result. You might not be responsible for everything that happens to you, but you are responsible for how you deal with it. That mindset separates those who grow from those who crumble. Taking responsibility isn't about being perfect or pretending you have it all figured out. It's about owning your mistakes, learning from them, and using them to become better. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who never run from accountability. They face the consequences of their choices, make adjustments, and keep moving forward. Every time you take responsibility for your actions, you strengthen your character. You build trust with yourself. You prove that you can be relied on, not just by others, but by your own conscience. When you accept responsibility, you gain clarity. You stop wasting energy blaming people, circumstances, or luck. You begin to focus on what you can control: your attitude, your work ethic, your discipline, your reaction. Responsibility shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. It teaches you to stop waiting for someone to fix things for you and start fixing them yourself. That's real power. The power to shape your life, to direct your path, to create change from within. The truth is, no one is coming to save you. If you want something to change, you have to be the one to change it. Responsibility also gives meaning to your life. When you take ownership of your goals, your relationships, and your purpose, you stop drifting and start driving. You become intentional with your time and your choices. You realize that everything you do or don't do creates a ripple effect. Your effort matters. Your integrity matters. Your example matters. People who run from responsibility often feel lost because they've disconnected from purpose. But when you stand tall and say, "This is my life and I'm accountable for what happens in it," you reconnect with a sense of strength that no one can take away. Yes, responsibility can feel heavy at times, but that's because it's meant to build you. Just like lifting weights strengthens your muscles, carrying responsibility strengthens your character. It forces you to grow, to adapt, to rise above your limitations. The weight you carry today is shaping the strength you'll have tomorrow. Those who embrace responsibility rise to leadership, respect, and fulfillment. Those who run from it stay small, bitter, and dependent. The difference is choice, and that choice is always yours. Responsibility is not a burden. It's the foundation of freedom, growth, and power. The moment you claim it, you stop surviving and start leading your life with purpose and control. Discipline is what separates the people who wish from the people who achieve. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it's a trap, a silent killer of potential, ambition, and greatness. Most people choose comfort because it's easy. It doesn't challenge them. It doesn't demand sacrifice or consistency. But comfort doesn't create progress. Discipline does. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It means showing up when no one's watching, staying consistent when motivation fades, and pushing through when your mind screams to quit. Comfort whispers that you've done enough, that you deserve to relax, that you can do it tomorrow. Discipline reminds you that tomorrow is built by what you do today. Every time you choose comfort over effort, you delay your own success. Every skipped workout, every broken promise, every excuse builds a habit of weakness. And once you build that habit, it becomes harder to break free. Discipline, on the other hand, builds strength, not just physical strength, but mental toughness and emotional control. It trains you to do the right thing, not the easy thing. It teaches you how to endure boredom, fatigue, and frustration without giving up. Because greatness isn't created in moments of excitement. It's forged in the quiet, repetitive grind that no one else sees. People often say they want success, but what they really want is comfort disguised as success. They want the reward without the process, the victory without the struggle. But the truth is, you can't have both. You either choose the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. Discipline demands effort, but regret demands everything. When you stay disciplined, you may suffer temporarily, but when you choose comfort, you suffer permanently. Because comfort keeps you from ever becoming what you could be. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't wait for the right mood, the perfect moment, or the ideal conditions. It's about commitment. Doing it because you said you would, even when you don't want to. It's waking up early when your body wants sleep, working when your mind wants rest, and staying focused when distractions try to pull you away. Discipline turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers because it builds habits that move you forward, even when motivation is gone. Motivation starts you, but discipline keeps you going. The truth is, comfort makes you weak. It convinces you that it's okay to take it easy, that effort is optional, that average is acceptable. But nothing great was ever built in comfort. Comfort breeds complacency, and complacency kills progress. Discipline, on the other hand, builds resilience. It toughens your mind. It creates a sense of pride and control because you know you're not being led by your emotions or your excuses. You're being led by purpose. Discipline gives you freedom. The freedom to trust yourself, to know that you can rely on your own consistency, to know that no matter how hard it gets, you'll show up. When you live with discipline, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop saying, just this once, or I'll start tomorrow. You make a decision, and you follow through. That's how results are created. That's how confidence is built. The disciplined person doesn't wait for opportunities, they create them. They don't hope for success, they prepare for it. Every day, every small act of discipline compounds into something powerful. It becomes who you are. Comfort might give you temporary pleasure, but discipline gives you permanent pride. When you master discipline, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. Pain is one of life's greatest teachers, though most people spend their lives trying to avoid it. They run from discomfort, hide from struggle, and fear failure. But the truth is, pain is not your enemy. It's your guide. Every time you face pain and push through it, you grow stronger, wiser, and tougher. Pain exposes weakness, and through that exposure, it gives you the opportunity to rebuild yourself into something unshakable. Without pain, there is no growth. Without struggle, there is no strength. Every person who has achieved greatness has walked through pain, physical, emotional, or mental. And instead of letting it break them, they let it build them. Pain reveals who you are when everything else is stripped away. It tests your patience, your mindset, and your resilience. It asks you, how badly do you want it? Are you willing to endure the struggle to reach what you claim to desire? Everyone wants success until they realize what it costs. That cost is pain. The early mornings, the lonely nights, the failures, the rejections, the sacrifices that most people aren't willing to make. But those who understand that pain is the price of progress are the ones who rise. They know that every setback is not punishment, it's preparation. Every loss carries a lesson, and every hardship shapes character. Pain also teaches humility. It reminds you that you're not invincible, that you're human, and that growth doesn't come easy. It strips away arrogance and replaces it with gratitude. When you've been broken and rebuilt, you stop taking things for granted. You appreciate effort, persistence, and progress. Pain forces you to slow down, reflect, and confront yourself, your fears, your flaws, your insecurities. It's uncomfortable, but it's honest. It reveals the parts of you that comfort keeps hidden. When you face pain instead of running from it, you unlock a level of strength that can't be taught by comfort or success. Every moment of pain you endure adds to your endurance. The more pain you've faced, the harder it becomes to break you. You begin to realize that pain is temporary, but the strength it leaves behind is permanent. Whether it's physical pain from pushing your limits, emotional pain from losing someone, or mental pain from failure, it all molds you. It gives you perspective. It teaches you to value resilience over ease, purpose over pleasure. It builds a foundation of toughness that nothing can shake. The ones who rise highest are often the ones who fall hardest. But instead of staying down, they use the pain as fuel to climb again. Pain has a purpose, even when it feels unbearable. It's life's way of transforming you. The moments that hurt the most are often the ones that shape your future the most. Pain breaks illusions. It forces you to focus on what truly matters. It kills complacency and births hunger. It turns ordinary people into warriors because it teaches you that comfort never made anyone strong. When you stop seeing pain as a curse and start seeing it as a challenge, your entire mindset changes. You stop asking, why me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? The truth is, the road to power is paved with pain. Every great leader, athlete, creator, or survivor has felt pain deeper than most can imagine. But they didn't let it define them. They let it refine them. Pain teaches endurance, discipline, patience, and perspective. The ingredients of true power. You can't develop strength in ease. Strength is forged in struggle. So when life hurts, don't shrink back. Lean in. Feel it. Learn from it. Use it. Because pain is not there to destroy you. It's there to build you into someone who can handle the weight of greatness. Pain is the path to power, and every step through it takes you closer to the person you were meant to become. Leadership isn't about talking the loudest or giving the best speeches. It's about how you live when no one is watching. True leaders don't need to announce who they are. Their actions do the talking. Leading by example means embodying the values you expect from others. It means holding yourself to a higher standard, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. Words are cheap. Actions are expensive. Anyone can talk about discipline, respect, and integrity, but only a few are willing to live them daily. People don't follow what you say, they follow what you show. If your words and actions don't align, your credibility crumbles. Real leadership begins when your behavior becomes your message. When you lead by example, you inspire through consistency. You show others what's possible through your work ethic, your character, and your persistence. You don't need to tell people how to act. You demonstrate it. If you want respect, you treat others with respect. If you want excellence, you perform with excellence. If you want loyalty, you give loyalty. It's not about perfection, but about authenticity. People can sense sincerity. They can see when you're genuine, and that's what earns trust. A leader who does what they say, who follows through on promises, creates a standard others want to live up to. Leadership by words demands obedience. Leadership by example earns admiration. Leading by example also means staying calm under pressure. It's easy to talk about strength when life is smooth, but your true leadership is revealed when chaos hits. Do you panic or do you stay composed? Do you complain or find solutions? People notice how you handle adversity. They learn from how you recover from setbacks, how you handle criticism, how you keep going when things fall apart. If you crumble, they will too. But if you remain steady, even when you're uncertain, you give others courage. A real leader doesn't just give orders, they guide through their presence. They show others that resilience isn't just a word, it's a lifestyle. Leadership by example also demands humility. It means never thinking you're above the work, the effort, or the people around you. The best leaders don't sit on pedestals, they work alongside their team. They listen more than they talk. They serve more than they demand, and they give credit instead of taking it. When people see you willing to get your hands dirty, they respect you more. Leadership isn't about control, it's about influence. And influence doesn't come from authority. It comes from respect. When people see that you live what you preach, they'll follow not because they have to, but because they want to. Leading by example also means taking responsibility, not shifting blame. It means admitting when you're wrong and owning your mistakes instead of hiding them. True leaders never expect what they don't demand from themselves. They don't tell people to be better. They show them what better looks like. Every action you take either raises or lowers the standard for those around you. Whether you realize it or not, someone is always watching. Your peers, your family, your colleagues. You are teaching them through your behavior. Your consistency, your effort, and your integrity become the silent lessons that shape others. At the end of the day, talk fades. Promises mean little if they're not backed by proof. Your legacy won't be remembered by what you said, but by what you did. Leading by example is about showing strength through humility, persistence through struggle, and honesty through difficulty. It's about living your values so clearly that others can see them even when you don't speak. When your actions reflect your principles, you don't just lead, you inspire. You create a ripple effect that reaches far beyond your words. Because in the end, People don't remember what you told them. They remember how you made them believe by what you showed them.